man, let's get to business. Let's get to business, man. Welcome to the Politically Incorrect podcast. I'm gonna let the hosts go ahead and introduce themselves, starting with CRM.
CRM, Control Room Mugga.
There.
K Mugga. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, KMugga19.
Like the uncircumcised.
Vibes.
Vibes, no card cow. We might have a little bit of spice today, though.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Gene. Back with another one.
And I'm the pod arbitrary boy, Dan the Man, Petty King Danny at Nuke Skywalker. That's all my handles. So, follow your boy, follow Politically Incorrect podcast. You heard?
Petty is right.
Well, we got an interesting topic today.
Ooh, what's that?
Gotta knock 3 times.
That shit like a golden bottle, nigga.
It looks like you don't got work tomorrow.
Plead the
Fifth.
Dame, some of us.
So
no, I'm not going there. We're not going nowhere.
So Keenan sent me the topics for today. They wasn't trash this time. But fuck his topics because I got my own shit. So I'm winging it right now.
You the arbiter, man. You do what you want.
Yeah. So I was on Facebook earlier, and
your signature on the bottom of my PI pod check.
So I was on Facebook earlier and I read a post, and so I wanted to get
by mutual
opinions
friends
on it. It's kind of geared towards parenting in a sense. So I mean, 2 of us are parents, 2 of us aren't. But I want to read the post and then y'all react to it. All right.
Wait, who's not a parent?
Here we go.
Y'all niggas my sons.
I'm not talking about your illegitimate children.
Y'all my sons, man.
Drugs. All right. So
there's that milk, man. Fuck is in that nipple milk?
That shit was called Nipple, not Ripple.
The nipple effect.
And breast milk. Heard it. All right. So look. Peep. So this is from the perspective of a husband. Talking about his kid.
That nigga cheating.
I hate this guy.
Yo, this nigga damn different. Yeah.
So he says, my wife thinks that I'm being petty, but I think she's crossing the line and disrespecting me. She has kids from a previous relationship and we have a child together. Since her kids were little, their father would pick them up every other weekend and take them. Now that our youngest child is 5, he wants to take him too.
Fuck no.
So her ex wants to take his son. So he said no. She didn't think it was a big deal. She feels he's responsible. I don't understand why he needs to have a relationship with our child. He's not extended family. He's simply the father of her kids, and I'm setting the boundaries. She thinks I'm being childish and letting my ego take over. I think it's disrespectful of her to even ask me. She should have shut that shit down. It would be different if he was my son's stepdad, but he's her ex. I'm standing my ground on this one. I know I'm not wrong.
I don't know, that nigga ain't wrong.
That nigga ain't wrong at motherfucking all, nigga.
Fuck her and her.
I don't know
kids,
what the
man.
fuck. I don't know what.
Fuck the stepkids too now.
And wait, what was her wait. Give that response again that she said about him.
He said that
what she said about him.
She said he's being petty.
You talking about what she said about the husband or about her ex?
The husband.
Oh, she said that he's being childish and letting his ego take over.
Fuck her.
Being childish and letting his ego take over. Are you fucking serious, woman? Are you fucking serious?
Well, I guess Mugga's going first.
Oh my fucking goodness. I can't believe this shit. No. Hold on.
Kevin Samuel's voice.
Go ahead, Mugga. Let me hear it.
Go ahead, Mugga. What you gotta say?
My whole thing is what makes okay. Oh Jesus Christ. I'm really, and guys, please like chime in, do please, but I'm trying to figure out why she thinks that's okay that the ex can take this guy's child and think that things are just gonna be merry-go-round Disney fantasy type shit. Everything is gonna just go nice and well. That's not cool.
I'm trying to figure out why you and Damon got coats on.
Because it's cold in here, man.
Shit, it's cold in this house. I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah, I mean that. I just feel like I just think that's fucking crazy. That's just my initial reaction. I gotta think some more about that, but it's a lot.
So here we go. I'm wearing a coat because no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, but I wouldn't. Maybe she's just not being empathetic to the fact that she don't. I don't know. That's crazy. That would be like a red flag to me. I mean, like, and then she's calling him all types of. That's interesting.
Look,
I just hate how she's trying to attack him because he's saying it's not okay, and that's his fucking kid, and she thinks it's okay.
Kid.
Huh?
It's there. She gets some say, but at the same time, it's like the only way this shit works for me.
No. She don't get no say in that. She don't get.
She does. She pushed the nigga out of her box. She does get say. Like he wouldn't be here without her.
I get it, but that's the ex.
It's a joint.
It makes it worse because that's the ex that is trying to come pick up that kid. That's not cool. He should break up immediately. That's what she should do. Get rid of all the
can't break up.
Get rid of all. No. If a girl's coming at you like that and she's not even trying to understand your point of view on that, and
mugga. So you're saying you've been with your girl for a little while?
Deep with the kid.
Yes, you've been with your girl for a little while now. She already had kids, you had kids, and y'all have a kid together. She says some shit like that. You just gotta break up with her and be done with it.
Absolutely. She's not even trying to see my standpoint. That ain't different. That ain't cool.
I think
especially that response. I can see she was just like, "Oh, hon, tell me why you're feeling this way. Like, I just want to like get your point of view. I want you to kind of dig deep into it and kind of tell me how you feeling." Yada. She just came out and said, "You just ego tripping."
That's fucked up.
No, that's flagrant. Fuck that. You crazy as hell.
She's invalidating that nigga's feelings. Let's talk about it. Us men have feelings too. Fuck her.
That's absolutely flagrant. I'm sorry. I can't even. That's just my initial response where I'm just like, whoa, like that hit me kind of hard right there. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I think it's definitely a no for me. If the circumstances that Daniel presented are all absolute, then it's a no. Like if a nigga just like, yo, let me bring your other son over for the weekend too. Like, nah. The only way it works for me is that because obviously my son with her is younger than the children that she and I have. And then through the years, he always sees his brothers or his brother and sister or his sisters go over there on the weekend. And he's stuck at the house with me on the weekend or me and her on the weekend. He's bored or something like that. He's like, Daddy, I want to go. Then maybe I maybe don't say yes right away. You're right. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I fuck with this nigga or not. It might be other factors. I don't know. His house is dirty. I don't know what his girlfriend's like. I don't know the environment. So I got to gauge all that. But that's the only way I even entertain it is if my kid, like after seeing them go all the time, and now he's like, I want to go with them on the weekend.
That's probably exactly
I think my biggest problem is
why the kid wants to go. It's because the other two siblings are going too. Like it's just probably like I'm gonna go on a limb and assume that is the case. In
this scenario, the nigga is saying he wants to bring the other kid over.
Right, but I'm gonna assume that kid probably wants to go. Like I'm trying to put myself in a situation of you as the younger sibling. Most times, younger siblings, and especially if they're close with their other siblings, they want to be.
So what's the answer if he doesn't? If your son doesn't initiate and say, yeah, I want to go, he's just asking.
If the situation is as is, it's a no for me.
If it's as is, it's a no. But in Dame's scenario, then I'll give it some more thought. I'm more pressed
scenario. I say hell no all the time for all of them scenarios.
but hold on. I'll probably ponder on that a little bit. I'll probably still say no. But here's the thing. So here's the thing though. It's not even about the ex saying like, hey, let me bring your son over to my crib, yada yada. It's the female even coming at him like that. Yo, this ego, this and y'all, the woman, the wife.
All she's doing is asking her man if her son can go over there for the weekend.
She's now.
I thought the scenario. Wait, I
No,
thought
he's talking about the response when she
situation.
said that. Yeah, when she said that he's being childish and being petty and ego, like being ego tripping and shit.
Yeah, fuck her for that. That's fucked
yeah,
up.
that's the part that I got heated on. Not even the guy wanting to bring the child over to his crib and shit. Like, that's cool, whatever. Like, yeah. I still probably would say no. Don't get me wrong, and it depends on our relationship with each other too.
Yeah.
Like if our relationship is good, then okay, that's understandable. If it's like rotten,
So
I'm assuming though.
just
I'm assuming that's
just
rotten.
based off the scenario, not instead of giving all these other factors.
Exactly. Let's talk about
So
what
the main question first, like just based on what is presented.
So
Initial reaction.
So
I'm assuming.
then-
I'm assuming that in this scenario, their relationship is not that great because if she's coming at the
that's
husband
a
like
big
that,
assumption. That's a big assumption.
and that's
I
also
swear.
avoiding what Dan said.
That's
Yeah.
a huge assumption.
Based on the information that we're given, we don't know anything about the relationship between the husband and wife. We don't know anything about the relationship with the husband and the ex-boyfriend.
But based on what we're given, Keenan's right. She is saying some crazy shit.
So I'm just
She's
saying,
wild.
like, your initial reaction. How do you feel about what she said, and would you let your kid go over there? That's that. Before we get into
hitting on those 2 points, I already said what I think.
Right.
From what she said, I think that was fucked up, lady.
I think she just made a no, a hell no.
Yeah, she needs the fucking. Let me not go there, but would I let my kid go over to the guy's house? Most likely no.
To be on the flip side, you're watching 2 of his motherfucking kids though.
Yeah, but that's your stepchildren now. You married their mother.
Right, you marry the woman, so you gotta.
So it's different because now it's like oh, go spend the weekend with your brother's father. That's different than you taking care of your stepchildren.
Right, you at that point.
The perspective is you're watching 2 of his fucking kids all the time. So I mean, I get it, but
no, when you marry my boy, and that woman has kids, and you knew about this and all that other shit, my nigga, and you set them vows, those are officially your step kids, and you also gotta be watching them too and doing all that shit. And I mean, all that stuff was prefaced.
I see what Damon's saying, but it's just a different side of the story, the way I
but I still say hell no, and I wouldn't do it. But I was just throwing a little wrench in this.
So when people were talking about on Facebook and shit, they were like, oh, I'm assuming the relationship's good and they're cordial and all that. And I'm like, well, I can't assume that the relationship's cordial because all the post said was she said he's responsible. So if she's just saying she said he's responsible, to me that sounds like they don't even discuss, like they don't maybe he don't even think that the person's responsible. Maybe they don't have a cordial relationship. Maybe it's just literally he come every other week and come pick up his kids, and I might dap him up and say, all right, yo, if you need anything, call us.
So let me do
this. Watch this. I'm going to invalidate your feelings toward the situation, and I'm going to call my ex responsible under the same breath.
That's basically, yep. That's exactly what it is. And then
man, that's a lawsuit.
And then I can't believe she thought it was okay to tell this man this, to say shit like that to the guy who married you and accepted your other kids.
She could have asked, but it's not the question.
I'm not assuming they're cordial. If they were cordial, why would he be so turned off by it? Right. You know what I mean? If he was cool with the nigga,
then it wouldn't be like that, right? And that's why I was assuming their relationship is not that great, because her even coming at him all like this, and that.
Facts.
You could tell there was friction to begin with. So you can make that assumption. You can honestly make that assumption.
You could say the way she's talking is kind of like, I mean, I get it. It may not be a big deal to her, but the fact that she doesn't see it's a big deal to him kind of is like, come on, man. Like you're not looking at that. You're not trying to meet him halfway on that shit. She could ask.
She's not.
Me personally, she's selfish. I just, unless, selfish. So I get it. Like Eugene said, if the kid wants to go, if the kid asks to go, then that's a different scenario, right? You consider, and then
scenario, same answer.
and then also
Whew.
it depends on like if they're doing something, right? Like if it's one of the kids' birthdays, or like they're going to like a football game, or like, you know what I mean? That's different than going to spend the weekend. One, like you can go hang with them, but going to spend the weekend.
The weekend.
And then two, it's like if it's not anything important, like any type of special event, it's just like, so instead of staying at home with his parents, my son is supposed to go spend the weekend and just be in your crib.
And I don't even know how this nigga's gonna treat my kid.
That's true too.
I don't know.
Responsibly.
He's responsible. Don't worry, babe.
Well, you know what
He's
this makes me think
responsible.
of, guys?
He'll
You know what
take
this
care
makes
of
me
our
think
son.
of? My mother only has me, but I definitely, when my mother got engaged, I hung out with his children away from my parents. Like, remember I told you I used to be in Meriden a lot when I was younger?
Right.
My mother's fiance, when I was a kid, spent his kids lived in Meriden, and his ex lived in Meriden. And I used to, man, I was over there for spring breaks, 6 days straight. Whoop, whole thing. Ma, yeah, you good over there? Yep. I'm trying to go outside. I'm trying to play the PS2. I'll hit you back, ma. No long talk. And I know my father probably didn't love that shit.
Oh yeah.
If I, even though my mom's fiance was cool as fuck, he was a stand-up nigga, for the most part. But I know my father, at being an adult now, he's probably like, man.
But
you got my
even so,
son.
that scenario is still different because they were engaged, right? So that could have been your stepfather. It would be.
Oh, that's true. It's way different. Yeah, you're right.
In that scenario, it would be your mom's fiance's kids going to spend the week with your dad.
Right.
That's
Which, yeah, no. Terry never went to my house. No, he never.
I am not frolicking and afraid at all here. No, sirree.
So yeah, so that's
yeah.
For me, nah.
It's a no, dog.
No, I don't think he's being childish. I don't think he's being like ego tripping. I don't think he's being petty. To me, there's just no need.
I think he's being real.
Like I'm missing time with my son.
I think it's
so
insanity that
I'm
she's
spending
saying
time with
that.
him.
That's crazy.
I think that's crazy. That's why I'm tripping the fuck out. That is
crazy. Yeah, it's not even if she asks, like, because it's okay to like, because if she asks from like a position of being genuine and like with that, I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. Like,
how are you feeling about this? Like,
yeah, how do you feel about this?
What's in your mind? What are you thinking about? Hey, talk to me.
I think also it would have been different if she said, hey, do you want to send him, instead of him having asked.
Right.
Because then it's different. It's like he's asking to take your kid versus her saying, oh, you think we should just let him go spend time with his siblings.
No, because if I have found out he asked, then
it's a very different vibe.
It is a different vibe.
No, but at the same time, it could be like she could be suggesting that because maybe she knows the kid wants to spend time with their older siblings, or maybe she just wants some alone time with you, or like
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe she's trying to get me alone. It's a little bit
different when she's asking, but when he's asking, I just don't. There's nothing you can tell me to make it make sense.
Like it don't make sense, Dan. That's why don't even struggle with it. It don't.
Yeah, there's nothing you can tell. Like I said, if he said, "Yo, we're going to a football game. Can little Danny come with us?" That's different. Versus every 2 weeks, I'm gonna come pick up your kid and he's gonna spend the weekend with me. Like, no.
Just imagine a nigga telling you that.
Yeah, like, no, he's not.
Oof.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was on my mind. So I touch on that topic. Like, I just wanted to see how y'all would handle that situation. That's a
fucking
weird situation to be in.
I can't frolic in the fray there. I can't even play devil's advocate, bro. I'm trying, but I tried. I did ask the question, but I'm like, no.
Just be real with yourself, man.
I think these type situations and scenarios are going to become more and more common with the amount of mixed families that are, today it's damn near impossible not to have a mixed family.
Yeah, I mean, it is tougher these days.
Blended
But
family, not mixed. Because damn, I think you're thinking like mixed. I'm talking about blended families.
No, I hear you. I'm just in my head.
You made a facial reaction. I'm like, oh, this nigga about to go nuts.
No,
When you
no,
see Dame's eyes darting one way and shit, you know he's like processing and thinking real quick.
no.
Yeah, because I mean, it's blended families is a thing, man. Like a big thing.
woo, that shit had the heat on it. You heard me?
What is that, bro? You didn't even tell us what that was.
1792.
Oh,
It's a aged bourbon.
My nigga said ghost pepper liquor, nigga.
Nah, yo, you got what chibi character is that? Is that Trunks?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's Trunk.
I'm nice as fuck. That's crazy how I eyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's not like he said it in the podcast, or no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You can tell. You can just tell by the hair.
He said it with just
Hair's
me and Keen. I was just being a dick.
Because I remember this nigga Dame.
He did say it on the podcast, but I don't think he was on when he said it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
That's
I never
why
even saw it.
Nah,
I didn't even
Keen
know
was
Keena
on.
had what was it? Was it Funko Pop?
Pop. Yeah.
I didn't even know you had those.
Big kid collecting toys and shit.
fathead.
Yeah, I like these shits, man. Oh, I like this one. Shit, I might get a Goku one too. I mean, shit. You see that? You see this?
Yeah.
Oh shit, this way. Yeah, there we go. Fucking up. This shit right here. I'm wilding, man.
He said, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
Man, I'm off the sauce. Man.
Uh-oh. Too much.
Cool. So off of that topic right there, unless anyone else has any last thoughts or anything kind of tangent off, branching off of that subject, let me know. If not, I got.
I speak for myself. I think I said my piece. Lady, you fucked up. You know it.
You know it.
I don't know what else to say about you, man.
Validating
Fucked up.
feeling. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Fucked up, lady.
Yeah, I was listening to the song earlier, like Big Sean, Beware. I'm like, yo, that nigga's fucked up as hell. Yo, same shit. Validating, he to flip it to play at least so it's not like attacking on just because she's a woman. No, that nigga did the exact same shit in that song. So it's like he validated his partner's feelings, which I mean, it's fucked up. It's fucked up either way it goes. But I'm passing the ball back to the facilitator. Chest pass.
Any last words on that, E?
Nah, man. I just not unless my son asks or my child asks, express interest. And even if she said it to me, maybe if I'm in a good space, I say, "Do you want to go?" I ask the kid, like, "Do you want to go?" But I would in a world where I did concede, I feel like I would have a little bit to say for sure. I would probably have to vet that situation, my nigga. Like it would, yeah, I would have to vet it. I'm trying to go over there and see what it looked like. I want to know where they sleeping at. I don't
Drive by.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're fucking kid.
I'm about to walk through your shit like it's my shit. If my son's sleeping over here,
About to mark his territory. It's somebody else's house.
Like a wolf. This nigga
especially at the age of 5, like at the age,
he ain't 14.
Kids are very impressionable. Like you don't know how they're living, you don't know what they're doing on. You don't like niggas at 5 still be trying to stick forks in the socket and shit. Like
real shit.
Next thing that
you don't know what's going on over there.
Next thing
make sure you got sockets and plugs in your sockets. Like nah.
You might fuck around, sneak over there one night. Next thing you know, your fucking son sleeping on the cot, nigga.
Yeah, you never know, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
you just
cot,
know,
bro. I ain't seen a cot since like a military movie. Nigga still got.
Yeah, nigga, he living like he's in the military at 5 years old. That nigga, what the junior one, JROTC. That's where he in.
Junior ROTC. Yo, so in that scenario, right? So say you did concede, right? You vetted it. You're like, I bet, like, you know, it's I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. You know, I'll let him maybe for one night or maybe just for the day for a few hours or some shit, right? And then your kid goes over there and then like comes home with like a busted lip or some shit.
I'm so liable
That
Oh
nigga,
my god.
that nigga getting the smoke early.
Oh,
That nigga getting the smoke early, nigga.
Now you're
It's
talking
that-
about a
And that smoke,
hypothetical
and that
situation.
fucking smoke, and that fucking smoke's gonna start forest fire, nigga, because it's gonna get real crazy, real fast, rapidly, swiftly. Any adjective you want to use, nigga.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's why
nah,
you
I'm
should
not-
First game, that's just tough.
tough. No, I
I
said
ain't
hell
asking
no.
and I ain't asking no questions. Nigga. He's your responsibility for the weekend, and you got a busted fucking lip, nigga. I'ma bust your ass, nigga. That's what's gonna happen.
Look at that violent.
You're gonna bring back Mugga again. Uh-oh.
I don't.
That's real shit.
Is Mooka wilding? I don't think so.
Like, that's real
I ain't hear
shit.
Mooka say nothing crazy. My son come back with a busted lip, bro. I want the smoke, bro. Son, I'm already reluctant to send him, and he come back damaged. Okay, heard you. You're not gonna be the only thing
That
damaged.
nigga getting the hands. I'm telling you, that
He
nigga.
come back, damn it.
You better have collision coverage, nigga.
Like it's a shipping order.
Nigga.
He's
Nah,
getting.
man.
Nah, you ain't pay for shipping and handling, bro. That's not
Nigga,
covered, man.
I got Geek Squad protection on that little nigga.
That
Here.
ADH, man. That accidental damage handling.
I got the 5-year GSP on his little ass. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Oh man.
My little man come back crazy.
So Muggy, you really breaking up with her though? If she invalidates your feelings like that, he's about to just like.
It's a high key chance. I had some time.
But
to
that's
calm down.
that's your
High
wife,
key.
and y'all been married, and you got a 5-year-old kid. So I gotta be together at least. Well, you don't have to be, but y'all been messing around at least
And
6.
she broke my vow. She broke the vows right there, man.
Yeah, but you have a kid now, and you're 5 years into it. It's a lot different when you have a kid. You might, huh?
You have children?
Well, it's one child in this situation, but
Is it a lot different?
I think so. I think you'll take a little bit more L's than you would if you weren't. I mean, personally, I could speak for myself, because it's not just about me now. Because if you have a child, it's more about, to me, I think it's a lot more about the child than it is about you. And you have to pick whatever situation is ideal for you to be the best parent, even if that's you taking the L in that situation. However, if taking the L in that situation is going to be so detrimental to your ability to parent your child effectively, then fuck that situation and then leave it.
I would say
That's
that
fact.
Dame is right about that.
That's fact.
I think he's spot on. Like, if it's gonna impair the child and his livelihood throughout his adolescent years, then we're married, yeah. Me and her will talk it out. There's still gonna be some friction, realistically, but
Mugger don't play that shit, bro.
we'll talk it out. It's gonna be
Okay.
a lot of friction. I
Fuck
mean,
that.
she already fucked up my whole psyche.
Stomped on your
that.
emotions.
I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna. I don't even know how it's gonna play out, honestly, because that's a hell of a situation.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hell of a situation right there.
Oh, absolutely. Word. Cool, man. So the other thing I want to talk about is actually something we discussed before, but we're gonna rehash it, and it's back to the relationship, dating life type of thing. And so we want to talk about opposites, and do they really attract, and do they really work in relationships, and just anything in general like that. Like, how do y'all feel about opposites, and do opposites attract, or do you believe you need more similarities than opposites, or what do you think is the best formula, at least for you in your relationships?
I think opposites do attract, but I don't think it's like by the rule that people try to play on. I think people just get attracted, and sometimes you be opposites, in which case opposites attract. you know, but I definitely it's not necessary for me to feel like I have somebody. I want somebody. I think be different from me, right? So you can offer insights and a different perspective that I don't have on my own, but you don't necessarily have to be my opposite.
What's better than an opposite for that particular purpose?
Well, I mean, you don't have to be just because your perspective is different doesn't have to be the opposite, right? Like you can still offer a different angle of things, but it doesn't have to be like the opposite of white is black.
Completely.
You just gotta be able to frolic in the fray as well.
Yeah, you definitely took that personal, and it was a compliment. But
no, I didn't take it personal. Well,
you said
I
that
mean, you
shit
did
like
say
7 times.
Damien is frolicking in the fray, so it's not like I'm not like offended by it. I'm just playing off of it.
Heard you. Yeah, it's definitely not necessary. I wouldn't be opposed to it, right? But I think certain things, for example, if someone is your opposite, I think there may inevitably certain situations of contention may definitely rise, and you're gonna have an opposite stance on them. You know what I mean? Like sending my son to some nigga's house who I don't know for the weekend, and you think that shit's cool because you're the opposite type of person to me. I think that shit's flagrant. You think you might be it's okay to say, you might think it's okay to say, yo, oh, that's just your ego talking why you don't want to send your son there. That could be you. That's the opposite of how I feel. It's not gonna work for me. You know what I mean? That don't work for Eugene personally. So in certain situations, no, I don't think the opposite would be to my personal benefit. But in some instances, you know, I struggle with like not being open-minded. You know what I mean? I always want to put myself in a situation to be open-minded.
Yeah, I don't think you're not open-minded. I think whoever says that or whoever thinks that is probably just it's relative thing, but I don't know if you could say that
they're not being open-minded, exactly.
Or
But
you just
yeah,
not to what they want you to be, so they say it as a manipulative to but anyways.
hey man, what was the true question though, Dan? I'm sorry.
Do opposites attract? You answered it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think the opposite of a male is a female, and I think they attract.
You're leaving out an entire community when you do that, one bucko.
I'm not here to be politically correct. Question.
Political connect.
But
I mean,
that's different. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, if you
prescribe to that specific opposite, so
if we say opposite personalities, I'm gonna say absolutely not. They don't attract because for Eugene's point, it's like I mean, to it like it'll be too much friction. It'll be too much like I think.
Why does that have to be friction?
Huh?
Why does that have to be friction with opposites when they're trying to attract with each other?
Because you see things in a different. I don't think people who have opposite like personalities see the world the same way. So if that's the case, then I mean, again, even if you're empathetic to that person, you're then seeing the world in a way that's totally. It's possible, but I think it's the amount of work it takes. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it because to a degree you want to have some cohesiveness, right? So the way I look at it is, let's say you have a team, let's say you have 5 players on your team and they want to go 5 different directions. While you have 5 different perspectives, the cohesiveness of the team isn't going to be as strong as if everyone was on the same page. But you'll have more growth potential with different perspectives and different ways to do things. But there has to be a good balance because you want to be able to grow, but you want to be able to progress. If you're just spinning wheels between which direction to go, then you ain't getting nowhere.
It depends on what topics you're opposite on.
But what are we talking about?
there's a lot
specifically
more.
was talking about personality. If we're talking about like topics, then like values, I don't know how you could do it with different values. But personality wise, I just don't think people with opposite personalities view the world the same way. And it's not that it's not doable, because I do think it's doable. I just think it takes so much more work. And I think a lot of relationships come from like it being kind of easy more than extremely difficult. You want to go through like the path of most resistance.
Man, you gotta go through the mud together though. That's how you know that is
right. But the mud, you should be going to the mud together, right? Like you said, together. That means like we're going through the mud as a unit, not as two motherfuckers in a relationship. You're going because you're gonna go through mud.
But you can.
I feel like
when I say going through the mud, it could be those things. It doesn't necessarily have to be a scenario, but it could be those personalities you guys are going to become.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yes. But yeah, the world's still going to be around you guys, and you're still going to have to face the world together. So like the harder it is for you guys to become a unit, it's going to be the harder. Like you guys, it's like internal versus external. The internal of the relationship is you and your partner. The external is what the world is like. The world's going to happen. So if you guys can't tackle the internal, and you guys are just fighting amongst yourselves, how y'all gonna tackle the world? You know what I'm saying? So like,
it should build character.
You're gonna build character, but you won't leave the internal. You won't ever like if you can't find anything here, how are you gonna go outside?
I'm fucking with you. That shit don't build no fucking character.
When I hear opposites in a relationship, I don't think it had. I think there's a lot of positives to it, and you kind of brought up a little bit, Dame. You can learn different experiences, different things when you had two people that are opposite from one another come together, because one person can have their point of view on stuff, the other person can have their point of view, and you can kind of learn from each other. You kind of see what I'm saying? So I think that's a benefit with it. And me personally, I think a lot of people, they do like shit like that, because I feel like if you're too similar, the relationship gets too stagnant and boring throughout. I just don't feel like it. Yeah, you're real cohesive initially, like, hey, she likes this, I like this, I'm like this, she's like this. We are one and the same. We correlate, we're very synonymous, but it's not, after a while it gets boring. It's just like, damn, I kind of want some kind of spice and some edge to it.
But that's why it's not that healthy balance, because if it's you can't be so similar, because then there, like you said, I don't think there's much growth opportunity in seeing yourself, right? Like if everything you guys agree on, like, you know what I mean? Like that's nothing. There's no challenge to that. There needs to be a certain challenge, but there's a difference between road bumps and roadblocks. You don't want a roadblock between your connection with your partner. Road bumps you can get over. Roadblocks is like you gotta fucking leave, take another route. It's balance. But I agree. Anything too similar is not fucking working, but can't be too difficult either.
So I also have a question too.
I kind of want to hear Dan.
Are we looking at it as what is better in terms of two very similar people in a relationship or two very opposite people in a relationship? Like, are we looking at it in the black and white sense where it's like, what is better of the two?
What's the objective? For growth potential, opposites are better, personally. But yeah, Dan.
I was just asking about like y'all personally, like how do y'all feel? But I mean, if you want to look at it black and white and say which is better, I mean, that'll give you a different answer and different perspective as well.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you guys, if you guys were to look at it black and white, what would you guys pick and why?
I don't know if I would go with somebody who's my opposite. If I had to do it in a vacuum and it was black and white, I would probably go with someone somewhat similar to me. That way I can kind of relate. Not the same as me, but like definitely not my opposite. You know? I don't know if I would go with my opposite. Like, because that means like we got opposite morals, we got opposite values, we got opposite, like, you know, you like to blow your money. I don't.
It's tough.
It's a bunch of things. Like, you like to come home knowing your gas tank is on fucking bone dry E, and I like to fucking fill my shit up when I know it was getting low. And then you took my car, and then I had to go somewhere far in the morning, and I needed to be here by a certain time, and now I gotta fucking go get gas in the morning because you didn't fill my fucking car up. Shit like that.
sounds
That's
like
a real thing.
This sounds like it actually happened.
No, that's never happened, but I could see that, bro.
I know.
It doesn't take me much to use my imagination and see like how many situations that would like someone who's my opposite would just like, ooh, no. No.
Yeah, I can say like the blow money and save money aspect. I was dealing with this one chick who would love to blow her money, like just blow it. And she used to tell me, and she used to justify it this way. You guys listening? Hear this.
Imagine somebody who like
She
on 90. I'll be in the house.
She used to justify it like this. I can blow my money as long as I have at least $500 in my savings account. Everything is all right.
It is.
Dope.
Maybe for her, it is though.
Mm-hmm. How much was her rent?
Because she still had. Okay.
No, we're not gonna excuse it.
I'm not diving into her financials and all the numbers and all that shit, but maybe for her that's okay. It's
right. And then when she got that flat tire and shit happened with her car, I can't believe this. It's not fair. My car is breaking down. I don't have the money. All right. Like you said, as long as you don't have nothing lower than $500 in your savings account, everything was all good, right? Okay. You're growing.
You need a 3 to 6 months worth of savings in your savings account, just in case shit hits the fan.
Yo, as an adult,
have more like 6 to 9 months to be safe.
They say 3 to 12 months you could do, but even if you're in a low ball at even 3 months, not $500.
Bro, even if you have 3 months, that should, first of all, it never lasts the amount of time you think it's gonna last.
No, because you got to eat every day.
No, including. Let's say I eat. I'm including food, rent, and gas and insurance. Let's say I spend $5,000 every month. Then I want to have at least $15,000 in savings at minimum, so that if I lose my job or anything, I'll be able to cover.
It never lasts as long as you think it does.
It doesn't, but at least it's something better than $500 fucking dollars.
It's Dame, it's good to look at that optimistically, but that shit goes through like fucking water, nigga. It should just
what is optimistic about it? It's saying if I spend X amount of money,
if you plan accordingly, if you plan accordingly, this should be like if you do the work behind it and you plan accordingly, it should realistically do that. But a lot of times it just fucking doesn't. But it should. Like
because you have more time and you're gonna sit home and
right now, if you're going to the exact dollar, like, oh, my car note is $269. Like, okay, just save $300. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing the exact and penny pinching and do it that way, more than likely you're probably gonna get fucked up. But if you're actually like being realistic about it and being smart about it and planning the right way, you should be good.
Budgeting works.
Right. Not everyone budgets the same though. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I know some people that use those budgeting apps. I know some people that use them shits really well. And I tried that shit. I'm like, nah, I like to budget on my own type of terms. That budgeting app shit, you gotta put in and fill in a lot of fucking data on a weekly basis, not even weekly, daily basis.
Not that hard.
Factors.
Fuck all that budgeting and shit.
Anyway. Look at a bank statement. It says you spent $4,000 or $2,000 or $1,500 or $10,000. It'll say how much you spent, and then you just say, okay. You could just look at statements and say, hey.
Niggas don't even look at their bank statements. Niggas don't even look at their bank.
Oh, well, Damon probably does since he work at the motherfucking bank.
Yeah, but
I'm sure we all do.
Yeah, like No, I don't look at my bank statement. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I really don't either. I
All my
just
shit-
save.
I do
I
all
know
my
how
shit,
much
but
I
I
want
don't
to
look at my
save
statement.
on a weekly basis, and I just keep it from there.
Or there's
When you say
other
look at your bank statement, like just how much you
At the
talking about, like
end
sifting
of the
through your
month, at
transactions?
the end of the month, you look and say $6,000 went out, $8,000 came in. Like that's what you mean, right, Dame? Like if you just look at your bank statement as
even a quick look, but yeah, most mornings I just wake up and look at my account.
Yeah, I check my state. I check my shit a lot. I ain't gonna hold you.
You see, I see my fucking cards.
I thought you were talking about like looking at on a because we're talking about budgeting. So I'm thinking you're talking about like over a month.
Like a grander scale.
Yeah,
That's how I
like-
was looking at it. I was
Yeah.
thinking
Even
about
if
like
you
a
wake up
grander
every
scale of
day,
it.
if you wake up every day, you log into your app and see how much I found out fucking $60 of my fucking I was charged on my credit card this morning.
Yeah.
I just fucking do that
Well,
shit. Like shit
well,
like
yeah,
that
if you're
flies
talking
under
about-
the radar if you don't fucking look at your account and then
right.
like
Real rap. That shit.
No, I
That's
feel you.
part of my
I thought
whole
you meant on a more in-depth, more in detailed like
don't
bank
got to.
statement. But if you're just talking about looking at like, okay, like this
Yeah,
is
checking
where
your
I was at
money.
for the day. Yeah, you're just checking your money. You're just looking at the app and you're just checking your money real quick.
I think most people do that. I don't think most people actually look at their entire month and be like, okay, this went out, this came in. I don't think a lot of people do that.
Right, and that's what those budgeting apps be about.
You don't even have to do that. You could just if you're just objective in your everyday transactions, like do I need this? No. Then why am I buying it? Or you just if you're present in the moments that you're doing things or when you're spending money, then you essentially
That's not gonna give you a grand total of how much you're actually spending on a month-to-month basis unless you're really looking at the whole shit and really breaking it down or like recording it somewhere.
so then you don't have to do it on a monthly basis. Do it by daily basis. You just like making it a little bit targeting instead of worrying about how much I spent this month, how much am I spending today?
So you're gonna do that and then add up the 30 days to know your monthly budget?
You don't really have to, is what I'm saying. Just like if what's the way I can
But you don't spend the same amount of money every single day.
right.
So you have to, you're talking about budgeting and projecting out. You're not just gonna like every day, like, oh, I spent this today, I spent that. Like you're gonna look at weeks or months at a time and say, this is how much I normally spend over this course of time. That's what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I'm talking about from the budgeting aspect of it. You're not just gonna look at your shit and say, okay, I spent $50 today. I need to save $50 per day times 9 months worth of shit. Like you're not gonna look at it like that.
But some people give like themselves allowances too. They'll like say, "Oh, I'll have $200 to spend for the week." So even if they spend 100 the first day, nigga, you only got 100 for the rest of the week. So it's like
Exactly.
there's different ways.
That's
because
how I
like you
say
said,
it.
there's different ways you can conquer budgeting. Because I know I'm not gonna be a nigga that if you say if I have a budget of $100 a week, for example, I know for a fact I'm not gonna split that up 7 days, 7 divided by 100, and then spend that each day. I'll probably spend more one day than the other, but at the end of the month, it has to. Or the end of the week,
It's gonna balance out.
yeah,
Like at the end of the month, it's gonna. I see what you're saying.
yeah, because I know me, I may not be consistent, but if I know I got $100, that $100 gotta last. I may be able to spend 50 today, but I got 50 for the rest of the week. It's just like
I go get drinks one day, then shit. Nigga,
I'm eating ramen the
I'm
rest
going
of
to
the
my
week.
favorite spot for lunch this week.
Eating ramen and PB&J.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Shit,
making
man, that's
plans.
the true grind food coming up. Shit, when niggas didn't have money like that, that was really the way.
What one actually I was right next to Mugga doing some ferocious savings. Nigga, I was working at Best Buy and I niggas will tell you like I don't fuck with fast food like that. Like I don't, that's not really my bag, nigga. When I was working at Best Buy and I was trying to stack that bread quick, nigga, I downloaded that Best Buy app and every single fucking shift I worked, I mean that McDonald's app, because it was in our parking lot. It's right in our parking lot. I don't gotta drive nowhere. I could, if I want to, I could run right across this bitch, but I would just drive there, take the 2 minutes. But in the app, every day it was $1 large fry, and they had like these little value shits. So when I was trying to stack the bread, even though I hate fast food, my nigga, I'm not going to spend $12 on lunch today, my nigga. I'm about to spend this legit $4. I'm about to spend this $4, get this fry for $1, get these fucking nuggets and get some other shit, and I'll eat when I get to the crib. Word to me, I will come back with that McDonald's bag every shift, smelling like a spliff. Dead ass. Word to me.
That's smart because I remember when I started working at Best Buy, I was like rarely at Chipotle like every shift, like literally every shift spending $10, $10,
That
and then
shit.
that's $50
Fuck,
a
you
week.
spending $10 at Chipotle, nigga.
Like, that's
That's
200.
how much a
That's
bowl costs. If you're lucky.
Yeah, it's like $10. Somewhere around
$10 if you're lucky.
For a Chipotle bowl?
If you're lucky, nigga.
Nigga, my Chipotle bowl be like $8. $8.
You must just get the bowl, my nigga. Nothing else in it.
Yeah, what do you mean? Does that not what
That
you
shit like $10, my boy. It's
It should be
nine,
like
maybe,
10 to
I
$12.
guess. 9 and change. I mean, it's
Wait,
like
so
$10.
I'm confused. You just said if you just get the bowl. Like,
Just the bowl, nothing in it. $8.
They was like, yo, let me get some. They're like, let me get some pinto beans, man.
what are y'all talking about? I don't know. Maybe
No lid.
maybe Connecticut prices is crazy, but our bowls dead ass is like $7.20 down here.
Yeah, that's probably just different. I
For
don't know if they-
Chipotle?
I don't add guacamole and I don't add queso. Everything else.
I don't do none of that shit too.
I
My shit
wonder
be coming
if
out like
prices are
9 and
different.
change.
How the fuck you paying $10?
I think in the South it's cheaper, to be fair.
9 and
Maybe.
change, my nigga. Like,
I
off
think
the
maybe
rip.
not.
Look, if Mook is paying
$9
$9.36, we're just gonna call it $10.
We just call it $10. It's $10. I'm
Yeah,
spending
but-
that.
So up there, y'all, that means y'all.
But you're talking about $7.20 though down there. That's
Yes.
I think there may be difference in
Our
prices.
shit, nigga, I'm telling you, the only
don't-
time
I just want everybody to know
close to-
Dan lives in Dallas, Texas. Dan lives in
Only
Dallas,
time I
Texas.
spent $9 or $10 is if I get like chips and salsa with it. I get the guac because it's an extra $2 fucking dollars.
It's a bare bowl, bro.
Fucking queso because it's an extra $2. If I'm getting a regular bowl, this shit's like $7.85, $8.25, some shit like that. It ain't no $9, $10. I don't know
Yeah,
what y'all niggas talking about. Y'all niggas, that yo, Connecticut ain't y'all right.
Listen,
Nigga,
bro. I think
nigga
it's
Dave
cheaper
said
in
the
South.
bowl,
Like,
nigga.
I even
My nigga
noticed that
Mookie
with
said-
McDonald's.
My nigga Mugga said, I just want everybody to know Dan lives in Dallas.
I was waiting for him to give
Add a
that
sprinkle,
his
add a
address,
sprinkle,
too.
add a-
That nigga said, I want y'all to know where he lives.
Yeah, nigga, I got my Chipotle app right here, nigga. 75 points. That means I spent $7.50.
Wait, hold on. Actually, let me
So I don't know what y'all niggas is
hold
paying.
on. Let me see if I can
$7 tax,
find.
so probably $8.
Yo, I used to
Alright,
eat
hold
out every day, but now it's like
Buddy.
I make that quinoa bowl, bro. It lasts me for all week. All week, maybe like $20, less than that to make that shit, and it lasts fucking all week. It's about saving. It's about making these small saving changes every day. You know what I mean? How can I save money?
That's how you gotta do it. If you meal,
Has some-
if you know what I mean, like to eat leftovers instead of always buying fast food and buying shit, like you'll save money. But a lot of people
Oh.
are doing it.
And it's
But
not just
then-
about saving. It's like savings don't mean shit if you owe too. So like it's about paying off
Right.
debt.
Exactly.
So Dan,
Yo,
so right, so my last bowl, right, was after tax $12.13. That's with cauliflower rice, and you know cauliflower rice is $2 extra.
We really went into this.
So
yeah, that means y'all getting rate, bro. My shit be like $8, $7.50 plus tax, bro.
I think it's cheaper.
now,
in
mind
the
you, I don't
South,
add guac. I don't add none of the extra shit that costs more money. And that's
Yeah.
just it's crazy.
bro. Yeah, $10. I said $10 if you're lucky.
It is
Yeah.
crazy because I was doing that 5 days
So
off a week.
all I
man.
know is
That's
that
$200 a
when I come to
month.
Connecticut, I'm not buying no fucking Chipotle. That's all I learned from this conversation. 'Cause y'all-
Man, all I know is I ain't in Chipotle again because that shit, you know what happened to me and that food poison. That shit was wild.
Yeah, because if I get the cauliflower rice and pay the extra $2, my should be like $10.
That's nigga, that's a blessing, nigga.
Yeah,
Gene is like, I grow my own food.
quinoa king. No, that-
Yeah, man, I got a garden. I got a garden in the backyard, nigga.
I made some couscous the other night.
I haven't had couscous in a long time. That shit, it looks like quinoa in a weird sense.
Kinda, yeah. Like
Kind
smaller
of,
quinoa.
sort of. Couscous, I used to have it in my salads back at the times. Like, used to be lit. I used to
Yeah.
fuck with that shit a lot.
I made
Used
this
to really love that.
yogurt drizzle to put on the grilled chicken with the fucking
Best pass.
yeah. I went off roasted carrots.
roasted carrots. That nigga was a tree hugger.
Yeah, You know, rest in peace.
Yo,
Rest in
we were
pod.
talking about before we started talking about budgeting in Chipotle.
I forget 100%. I ain't going cap.
We were talking about opposites. We were talking about opposites.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, I didn't even answer the question for myself.
How much did you drink?
I didn't drink, bro. Drinking like
Go ahead, answer. I'm gonna be right back. Go ahead,
I
answer.
haven't had a drink since Saturday.
Wow, yeah, look at that.
5 days strong, baby.
You're fasting for Lent?
No, hell no. Hell no. For me, the opposites, I agree with like what Dame was saying. Like there should be a balance from things that you guys don't see eye to eye and what you do see eye to eye. It's like honestly, it's a combination of all your answers. But then also, like Gene said, like you can have opposites that aren't complete opposites, like completely left and completely right. Like you can just, there can be somewhere in the middle. You're here, I'm here. It's not I'm here and you're all the way the fuck over here. Because 9 out of 10 times that's going to be a problem. But I think it's good because you, like you guys said, you get the growth potential. You get to see things from a different perspective. You get to just, you know, learn about shit you probably would never dibble and dabble into, but that person kind of, you know, introduce you to that. So that's the dope.
I think it's good to date your opposite, but don't marry your opposite.
Right. You could date your opposite, and then when you broaden your horizons, then you go find someone that's like you.
Just slap your opposite down. Heard you.
Slap it down for a few. You know,
Date your opposite, but
last, so
stay with that motherfucker forever.
You know where opposites.
Most
You know where
relationships don't last
really,
anyway, so fuck it.
You know where opposites really get fucked up at? When people don't try to see eye to eye, where they don't try to open up their horizons in their mind.
Yeah, you have to be open-minded.
But even such, like I said, you guys, you see the world differently. So it's like looking at, I mean, even, I think even if you were to be empathetic and to put yourself in that person's shoes, I think it would create an internal conflict with how you see the world, because it's completely different. And it makes it can be heavy. It can be heavy.
If you're not stubborn, you know, if you're very open-minded and willing to listen and learn,
nigga, you'll question everything you went through. If you say, hey, how I saw the world is completely, I think it's like weird.
I think it depends on what the thing is. So if it's one of your core values, like one of your core morals, something you live by, that's different than it's just like how you think of like a specific topic, you know? So it's like some shit that's really not that important to you, you know, and you might have viewed it one way, you might be open-minded enough to say that, but if it's some shit that you live and die by, and then they're like, no, nigga, don't do that, this is the right way, then yeah, that's gonna fuck you up.
Like for example, religion. Like let's say you guys have two different religious backgrounds. Like one is a Baptist and the other is a Muslim. And then it, you know, things.
Religion?
Huh?
Is baptism a religion?
Yo, shut up. I was gonna say,
I can tell this about to spur into some whole other shit, man. I listen, I know what Damon trying to do, man. I see you, my nigga. I see you, big fella.
He's just being literal.
A pest.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I think again, so like it depends on those values that are opposite. Like if you say like I never want to be married, and then she says I want to be married, that's not a opposite that you guys can work through most of the time, unless someone's perspective does a complete 180, right? But
no, you could just accept that.
Listen, you can have opposites.
I've woken up with a woman before, and one of the first things she did that morning was like do a bump. I'm straight. You know what I mean? Like one of the very first things in the morning, she just had to bust that down. A little booger sugar first thing, you know. And hey man, if you use cocaine, get it how you live. You know, I'm not against the use, but is that what I'm checking for in somebody that I want to like cuff for a very long stint of time, probably not.
Damn,
Other
that's
niggas,
ridiculous.
other niggas in the morning, they want to do that bump with you. You know, there are other men out here who want to wake up in the morning and bust that down with you. I'm just not him.
I'm
You
straight.
know?
Yo, Dane's stupid.
So
Yeah, nah,
that's
I'm
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
situation. If the first thing you do before you brush your teeth is have a bump, we gotta have a serious conversation.
You need the strength to go on.
We don't gotta have no conversation. You done here.
No, we do have to have a conversation about me leaving because that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Sometimes I wonder how.
Nah, like I might not even have to leave. I might kick it right here. That's just, now that little seat is just boop, noted. I'm still gonna enjoy my morning. I'm still.
My nigga said bulletin point.
And
Oh, yeah, you're gonna enjoy it after she
says it
starts
wasn't.
doing that.
Who says it wasn't?
You're gonna have fun. Don't worry.
She about to take you on one. She about to take you on one hell of a ride, nigga.
Hopefully,
I can't feel nothing.
she might do that bump and fall back asleep.
Nigga,
Even
you
when
don't
I'm
fall asleep
fucking
after doing no
popping.
bump.
Yo, my nigga Dame said.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't judge.
I seen too many
It's not what
niggas.
I
I seen too many people get on that, and they hands start shaking and niggas start just getting crazy. I'm like, yo, chill. Like, come on, calm down. It's all right. Like, we in reality.
Still off a bump. This nigga crazy.
And to play on the topic, I've seen the exact opposite. I've seen people handle their cocaine very well. Again, like I was clearly around this woman not knowing she did cocaine. And she was so much of a covert regular user that she just busted down in the morning the same way I roll a spliff up. So I'm not gonna just like, oh, this is too much for me. Like, let me walk out and get out of here. I'm just like,
he's a regular.
Get it how you live. But like, you're not about to be bae. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not me judging you. It's just preference. Like other people, like,
that's definitely judging them.
No,
I didn't
that's
judge
tough.
you. I'm not like judging your character or anything like that. I could see a person who likes something I don't like.
Oh,
doesn't
so
mean I'm
hold
judging
on.
them.
You're judging her cooking, but not the cook. Is that what you're saying? We can bring it back.
Oh, this might get. Hold on.
You're judging the chef.
Earlier when we were talking about
when you were roasting me.
Talking about my mom.
Yeah, we are. So we're talking about. We're talking.
You're not judging her, but you're judging her actions in a sense. So it's
okay.
No, look. The reason why I say I'm not judging her because I'm not choosing to not be around her. I'm not choosing to act different around her. I'm not choosing to say like, oh, you're this type of person now. It's in a situation where I'm about to make somebody my girlfriend. I just wouldn't choose you.
No,
like,
bro,
not
I agree with you. I was just going back because you were getting on me because I basically said I was talking about this person's perspective, not them. I don't care about them. What's with respect, but it's just funny how it worked.
No, because that was like,
man, I don't care.
That was like, it was Kevin Samuels, and you were saying you were talking about his perspective. Daniel was like, yo, were you talking about Kevin Samuels? Like, no, I was talking about his perspective. But talking about Kevin Samuels' perspective is talking about Kevin Samuels.
His standards. So like let's say how he views a particular topic, right? So like if I have this standard.
We about to go.
Just hold this L, bro. Just hold this L.
It's an L?
My bad, you got me, bro. You got me, bro. You got me.
I don't smoke.
No, I'm saying this loss.
I don't smoke. I don't take L's.
It's like I'm talking about Best Buy values, but I'm not talking about Best Buy. It's like
no, we're fine. If I got an L, I'll take it. It doesn't matter to me. It's a lesson.
Yeah, nah.
But to Eugene's point, you say you're not judging them. You're just making a decision of, I mean, technically that's still judging them. Like you might not change your behavior in that moment, but you're altering future behavior because now you're not judging yourself to get into a relationship with that person.
I don't think it's judging.
Okay, so kinda in a way are judging them.
How are you judging? If you have a standard, like I don't care. I think, Gene said it a long time ago, actually on another podcast, I think he said, it's like, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I just don't want to be involved with that. I don't think that's judging that. I don't think that's judging.
Right.
Depends on how you look at it.
Because if I say I don't want particular behavior, like, because I don't, it's like, you pick your poison. If I say I don't want that poison, I'm not judging you for what you do. I just don't want to do it. It's not what works for you may not work for me.
Everybody,
I don't think you're
but
judging.
The thing is, listen, everybody, we're humans. Everybody is programmed to judge. We judge in any particular situation. Even when you don't think you're judging, you're judging. Like it is what it is.
That's different.
That's how I look at it too. It's like it depends on how you actually define judging someone.
Okay.
I do see both perspectives as to what you're saying, because I mean, technically, if you're just saying, yeah, like I don't care, like do what you want to do, I'm just not gonna do it with you, then I guess you can also say it's not really judging them.
Yeah. He says he's about to smack her down after she does her bump. He says, I'm gonna reap the benefits of you doing something that I don't want to do myself. Yeah.
Interesting way to look at it.
You definitely see benefits to that, bro.
Everybody judges, man. It's just a part of human life. I just don't like when people say I don't judge. Like everybody, that doesn't make sense. Every human judges. Like,
but I'm not judgmental.
Yeah, people try not to, but I mean, it's natural human instinct. Like it's gonna happen at some point.
Objectively, you do have to make judgments, but yeah, well, I guess what I'm referring to be specific is like judging them to the point where you know what it's like when you judging somebody.
Yeah.
Like we know people who are like overtly judgmental and like they don't have any shame about saying it publicly or expressing it to the person, almost like their perspective and that what they judge is like absolute and it applies to everyone's reality.
Like Kevin.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm not taking it that far, but I guess I am objectively judging her. I'm judging her as a type of person who I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with, right? Boop, because you do coke, right. Especially like at 9 a.m. But to Damon's point too, it's like I'm not judging in that way, I guess.
Right.
To the extreme.
Yeah, there's people that are really very judgmental. There's people that are semi-judgmental.
And to their point, they sometimes them being judgmental is beneficial. You know what I mean? Sometimes being less choosy about stuff isn't. It's all situational. Sometimes it works out better that way.
Like me, I judge who I'm around. There's certain people I like to see myself around because I feel like they give me a good energize, a good bump, a good some positive energy and everything. Oh man, y'all niggas crazy.
Nigga said that A and B2K was Keenan.
This nigga crazy.
Cat.
Bump too.
But I feel like I know this for myself. There's people
I know. I'm an alpha male. I don't feel I know.
Because feeling just kind of, there's no real thought process in feeling. You just feel it in your bones, but you don't really know how.
What's the difference between a feeling and a thought?
Wait. There's no real thought process.
I feel like, see, I feel.
Yeah, you do feel. When you admit it.
There's a difference between I feel and I think. I feel like I think means it's more structured. Like you had a more structured way of thinking about things. Whereas when you have a feeling, it's just like a light bulb just popping in your head. This is just how I feel about this situation. So it's more of an initial reaction.
Do your thoughts drive your feelings, or do your feelings drive your thoughts?
We're not gonna do this chicken and the egg conversation.
Oh yeah, we are, because you think you don't feel.
No, I don't like that chicken and egg.
You think you don't feel, so we're playing this game as long as you're
gonna get nowhere. Because it's gonna be a circular argument. It's gonna get nowhere fast. I can promise you that.
It already got somewhere.
Yeah. We undid that now. But
it's a good question though.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is ultimately just the way of life. That's essentially that's what I'm trying to say.
Or do you feel like it's a way of life?
Yo, I hate this nigga Damon. Yo.
Yo, this nigga crazy. So, do you guys feel like, so we're talking about opposites, right? We're talking about like judging people or not judging people and how we feel versus how we think and blah, blah, blah. So like with your significant other or who, yeah, whatever, significant other, do you feel like you should change certain things or change who you are because of love? Or do you feel like you're and not, you can break it down how you want to, but like
They can just accept who you are and
yeah,
just
like, and I'm not talking about like core values and shit like that, because I don't feel anyone, me personally, should go against their morals for anyone else.
Right.
But I'm talking about like the other things.
I think it's depends on, it's for you to decide, you know. Well, if there's something that they feel strongly about and they express or relatively strongly about or just a way about or whatever the case may be, and they that the situation presents itself and you guys are both taking different stances, it's up for you to decide if it's something, one, if the person's worth it, you know, and two, if you could live with yourself, again, not on a core value perspective. It could be something as simple as, again, like, not, if you use my car today, babe, and the gas is low, just throw some gas in there in the morning because I'm gonna have to go. Shit like that. You know, certain things niggas be like, oh, you eat in the bed, or you know, little weird shit and different things trigger different people.
Oh
in
yeah, I
different ways.
eat in the bed too.
So yeah, I'm guilty of it too, you know. But I'll
I'm
bust my
not
sheets
talking
down.
about food.
Heard you.
So in your personal,
yeah.
for you personally, do you feel like you would or you should certain things?
It depends on what it is, man. I'm definitely more on the side of take me as I am. It's me. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, we know that, Gene.
It's me, bitch.
but there are times where like you do want to give credence to the people who you like love and appreciate, and it also helps with your self-awareness too, you know, because you could be doing things passively or things that are natural to you that could rub people different ways, and if it's expressed to you in an effective way and you decide that's something about yourself that you're willing to change for this person or these people, then in that situation you could decide to do that. But I guess it yeah, for the most part, no. I'm like 85%. This is me, and I've got a little bit of malleability if I really love on you like that.
Heard it.
You gotta be like, it's me and you to the end. You know, that's the only way I'm really like, I'll change for you. That's why you know, like I'll bend for you. And other niggas and other people just, they know, they don't even expect that from me, but you get that.
Real nigga, talking like a real nigga.
Yeah.
Vibes? What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is there's three buckets. There's a fuck it bucket where you don't give a shit about whatever. Like this, I can disregard this part of me. There's the compromise stuff you're willing to compromise, and then there's the shit that I'm saying, this is who I am. And then the first two buckets you really could flex with, but those true core values, that's who you are. Like, because then you start questioning those, and then I think that's how you completely lose yourself. So I think there's parts that it's kind of like Eugene said, it's like a percentage thing, right? He says 85%. I don't know what my percentage is. I mean, who cares? But I like the whole concept of like, yeah, I have 85%. The 15 I'll flex, but the rest, that's who I am. I like that.
Very interesting.
Control room.
I do think that when it comes to relationships, there's a lot of like, we got to sacrifice. Honestly, I think that there is going to be some sacrifice in a relationship wholeheartedly, because you have to sacrifice, because nobody's going to find somebody that is perfectly for them. Like, oh, I found the one and stuff like that. You have to make these type of sacrifices in order for things to have some type of longevity to it. So I am a firm believer that if you're going to get into a real serious relationship like that, you do have to make some type of compromises. and take some type of positions that will benefit not just you, but also your partner. So I'm in that type of realm right now with the way I'm thinking.
Dan, what's your perspective? Because after your perspective, I want to throw a monkey wrench in this shit.
You know, that's Dan's favorite word, actually, the monkey wrench. He likes that word.
I've never said that in my life.
Shit up as you go. Me personally, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of similar with what all y'all are saying. Like, there's certain things where I'm absolutely not gonna change. So it's like you either have to be with this or like it's just not going to work.
Peace out.
Yeah, and those are, you know, the core value type shit, things that you hold near and dear to your heart, your morals and shit like that. And then there's other things that I'm probably less flexible with, but if I feel like it's gonna benefit you know, the team, you know, then I'll be flexible and we can work together to try to like get to a good place, get to a middle ground. And there's some things that I really just don't care. So it's like, oh, you want me to change this? I can change it because it's not something I really, you know, give a fuck about. So
Yeah.
almost like how you said, like there's 3 buckets. It's like, you know, it's 3 different levels. Percentage wise, I would say as I've gotten older, the percentage has shifted more towards like being fair. The word
I was gonna say most people have the percentages go up like to less fair when they get older. So that's interesting that you said that.
No, I think
I'm with you though.
I think it goes both ways. For me, I think the percentage has went more even because like, you know, like when you get to like a serious relationship, or for me, like when I get into a serious relationship and like now I have a daughter, then like it's different because it's not only just me and her, but it's also me, her, and my daughter. So it kind of goes 3 ways. It's not just about myself. When I was younger, when I was
3-way,
22, 21, whatever, it's like, bruh, this is me. Like either get with it or get lost. Like I don't give a fuck, you know. And I wasn't looking for any long-term relationship or looking to get married or having a family. So I was a lot less about changing. But I think with age came wisdom and maturity, and now I'm more flexible. So I would say now it's probably about 70-30.
let me ask you this.
To kind of play off
For the monkey. Oh, my fault. No, you good, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, just to kind of play off what Dan was saying. Like I used to be like that too, where I'm just like, hey, you ain't with it, fuck you. That's how I was when I was younger. But I got older and just like, yo, obviously my past relationships didn't work because I was that way.
No,
so I had to take a
for
stand.
who you were.
What?
I said because she didn't accept you for who you were.
Could be both, yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to phrase it that way,
Because
I mean that's all cool. I mean, whatever, right? But I'm gonna take accountability, right? But I'm just trying to say, if those didn't work for a reason, so I have to look deep into myself and say, am I the problem? Maybe I am. I don't know. But I got older and just like, if I'm gonna make something work, I have to make these type of
concessions,
these type of sacrifices to really get into a deeper meaning into
there's a certain level of compromise I think you have to attain. Like I don't think you can be 95-5 and be like
Why not?
successful relationship unless you on some Kevin Samuels where, you know, a high value man just gets to cheat type of shit, you know. Then it's
man,
whatever. But I think you have to at least shift a little bit.
Yeah, like for example, I can't, like, me, one thing I can't compromise on and do all that shit is if like the chick got like 2 kids and I got no kids of my own, and just like, yeah, I'm gonna compromise. I'm gonna play stepdaddy to your kids type shit.
Wait 5 more years.
Be there for them.
Hey,
I'm not.
No, let's holla at nigga on that in 3 years. We'll see.
Wait 5 more years, motherfucker.
No.
Hey, Mugga, listen, the pool of women still available for that is getting smaller.
Exactly. You ain't gonna have a choice.
The older that we get in, the more the less likely. And that's why. And Dan, we actually had this talk like some days ago, maybe a week ago. Once the older men tend to get, that's when you're gonna start looking for younger chicks, because you know those younger chicks are not gonna have the kids, and they're not gonna have that type of
Hopefully.
wait on them.
Are you
I never
talking
thought about it. I
metaphorically?
never thought about that.
Are you talking
Yeah,
metaphorically?
that's why you see like a nigga that's 35, they not looking for no 30, like realistically. And I'm a generalize here, but they're not looking for no 35-year-old because they know that
The
age
ones,
range.
the
Is
ones
like,
I don't want no
the ones that have
20-year-old
your
girl as a 30,
perspective.
40-year-old man neither, nigga.
No,
And
I'm
maturity
saying-
level
wait,
probably
wait. Say that again, Dave.
Yes,
Hold
they
on,
do.
hold on.
I'm
They
saying
be tricking, bro.
the ones that have your perspective at age 35. But there's a lot of people that don't have that perspective.
Yeah, because I'm not that far away, and I don't know if my perspective is gonna change that much in 3 years.
The
Unless
that
I'm
have
out
the
there.
same perspective as you, Keenan, where they're not going to be stepfathers, they're going to look for younger women because they're pretty much that's pretty much all they're gonna have left.
I do get what Mug is saying though. Like,
Yeah, I get what he's saying, and I agree. But for
Yeah.
the dudes that don't care, that are willing to be
especially
stepfathers,
if you have no
they're
kids
not
of
going
your
to
own.
have to go that route. They're just going to find a woman that they genuinely want to be with, and they'll be okay with that stepfathership.
Can I throw the monkey wrench before we get too tangent?
I don't know how niggas. I don't understand how nigga. I can understand if a nigga had a kid, and then he gets with a girl that has a kid, and like things are a little bit more mutual, I guess. But like if you don't got no kid, I don't know how you can get with a girl that got 2 kids and then marry her. That me personally. That's just me. That's me. Is no, but that's no.
Let's let Dave throw this monkey wrench in.
I'm gonna do the Kevin Samuel hands.
Oh man.
Yo, stop bringing up this man.
Please.
He getting hella free promo right now. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, like come on now.
No, but do you think compromise kills attraction? Because we talk about compromise in terms of you compromise for relationship, right? But do you feel like or think compromise kills attraction?
I think it can.
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing. I think it can.
Yeah, because if there's something that you had a compromise that you really didn't want to compromise on, and it's affecting your mental, psychologically, you're not gonna feel all types of right. And in the long standing of things, it's ain't gonna work.
It depends
She
on
was
what
attracted. She was attracted for you. She
Right.
only
It
knew
depends.
the
It depends on what the compromise is, because if I have to compromise on something that was attracting me to you, like it's one of the main reasons why I was attracted to this person, and now I have to compromise and kind of shift away from that,
Yeah.
definitely like detrimental. Like that's big. But overall, it just depends, a case by case basis, honestly.
That's a bailout answer. I'm gonna get on you guys when you say everyone's different.
I gave you straight up. If it's something that was attractive, like if it was a main thing that attracted me to you, like if I saw a girl and it was like I liked that she had long hair, and then she cut her shit and had a baldy, and that was like one of my main attractions to her, like physically, that's detrimental. That it's a dub, because no, you know what I mean? But if it's something very small that I have to compromise on.
I'm not even talking about even just like that. I'm talking about like more personal, like how you compromise and you're flexing part of you. And I'm not even just talking about like physical, just like part of you. Like you're essentially changing, you're conforming a little bit for the relationship's sake, you're bending a little bit. Like
I think that's what's part of. I think that's what's part of a relationship, though. Honestly, in the long term.
But that's why I asked it, because it's kind of like a wrench. So you're saying you're compromising, which is good for the relationship, but is it at the same time good for attraction?
Yeah, it depends. It depends. Because there's a lot of little things you could compromise on. Which side of the sink you want this on, or which part of the house, which wall you want this hung up on, or what time do we what town do we send the kid to school, or some shit like that, or what kind of car do we get, or what kind of interest rate are we both comfortable with, or there's a bunch of things that could just kind of tip that scale, and there's always like a straw that could potentially break the camel's back. And I definitely think it could definitely kill attraction. I've never thought about that until you asked about it, but I definitely wouldn't last on this for a reason because I had to give that shit some thought. I'm just like, man, because especially if it's continual, you know, and it's not just one big instance. If it's like some gradual thing and it's like a slow burn, and you kind of just get to that point where it's just like, man,
It
this
just
shit
I
is
think
you look
people. I think
exactly the
people.
same. You look
I
I think
exactly the
people.
same, but I am not attracted to you anymore.
it's like you
I.
have that. My bad, Keenan.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like you said, Dave. You have those different segments. So if it's something that's in the fuck it list and she's trying to make you compromise in it, then yeah, it's a dub. But if it's something that you were already willing to be, malleable on, flexible with, then it's not really going to kill the attraction because you were already, kind of willing to compromise on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is about to say more.
No, you kind of touched up good amount of that.
Still,
Very
yeah.
well. But here and here's the thing, like that whole attraction thing, like, man, people can compromise, not compromise, and people still lose attraction. I now that I'm thinking about it some more, I don't think that really makes that much of it puts that much of a dent into things with the attraction.
Yeah, then I'll go deeper then. I'll put so think of the law of attraction. So how do you attract something, right? Like if I want to attract a mouse, I don't chase the mouse. I put the cheese down and then I let the mouse come to me. I attract the mouse, right? So if you are no longer like if you switch that frame and I'm no longer attracting the mouse by putting the cheese and I again if I go to try to chase that mouse is essentially attracting me and that mouse is running away from me. So in the relationship sense, if you are no longer
Putting that cheese out.
Yes. You're no longer attracting the mouse.
So let me give you an example. I understand what he's trying to say. So let me give you an example, real life example, Keenan, because you're saying the compromise, doesn't matter. That's essentially what you're saying, right? So let's say you're dating a chick for a year. Yeah, I get a smacking every week. She finds religion and says, I'm abstaining till marriage. What's going to happen?
That don't work.
Exactly.
I'll tell you. Oh, hold on. I'll tell you, and this is firsthand experience. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say a name. Gene knows who this person is. Person I brought to Boston, and she stayed there for some days. Like, so the reason the falling out really came into fruition was because all of a sudden she's non-denominational in the church. And I'm like, huh? Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, the first year and a half, this never came up. Everything was cool and great. And all of a sudden, yeah, come to my church. Like, oh, you go to church? Oh, yeah, come to my church. Meet my the people there. I don't want to mess up on the name for a non-denominational church. I don't know what they're called, but some higher form of
or whatever it is.
Whatever, preacher. I don't know, whatever he's called. And I'm just like, okay. Oh, and oh my goodness, I wish K Sean was on this fucking pod. But I went there one time. I went there and he was like preach me all this shit, like, yeah, blah blah. This is the word. You gotta listen to it, yeah, basically. And then next thing you know, I'm like, okay, like, session's over, basically. Like, everything is like, it's nighttime now. He's like, here, let's go and get you baptized now or whatever. I'm like, huh? Like, nigga, I've been there for an hour. What you talking about? Get me baptized? It was like, we just gotta pour water over your head. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face. So then, boom. So listen to this. So a week later, I say, okay, Sean, you should come, and I want you to see what the fuck is going on. So he said, yeah, I'm gonna come. So K Sean comes in, and he is.
I remember that.
He is G checking this boy. He is G checking him, and that preacher dude had like a mentee with him, because the mentee was trying to learn from him, and K-Sean was G-checking the shit out of him. He was asking questions where the preacher dude couldn't even really answer. He was like, oh shit, like, he stumped me on this. And the mentee's over there dying. He's laughing his ass off because he know his mentor looking dumb as fuck. And K-Sean was like, look at you, don't even know what you're talking about. And K-Sean, he's the type, he don't give a fuck. So he just said, and I'm sitting there dying my ass off. I did it on purpose.
To bring your reinforcements to this church.
Yo, and K. Sean G checked the shit out of this nigga.
That's good.
And they basically kicked us out of that fucking church. It's in Middletown too. They kicked us out of it. It was crazy.
So
But,
so there is a situation where the compromise could kill attraction.
Oh, absolutely. All of a sudden she's like,
See,
we can't have sex no more until marriage and all this other stuff. I'm like, that doesn't work. We were having sex for a year and a half. You can't just come out of woodworks and just say we're just not doing this anymore.
No, you can. You definitely can.
You can,
and you can walk the fuck away.
So you can. It doesn't compute with me. It don't compute.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
bro,
don't.
You could have held out, bro.
She has the right to change her actions. You have the right to walk away.
You could have held out, bro.
No, Damon, you could have held out.
Hell no, I couldn't.
I'm not holding out.
Hell no, I couldn't.
So,
but I knew that would be the most profound example to show exactly what he was saying.
As soon as you said that example, I was like, oh, I got a perfect example for this.
That nigga Moogie said,
it don't work. It does not work. I can promise you that it don't work.
So
at least for the niggas, listen, I'm gonna speak for the niggas in this chat. It ain't gonna work for niggas like us. It ain't gonna work. Knowing y'all niggas ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
Nah, man. I learned the hard way, man. I can't let y'all niggas speak for me, man. I can't.
No, you're not. No, you are not. That joke is rooted in partial truth.
Yeah, there's truth and jest, as Shorty would say.
Yeah, I went to Walgreens with a suit on the other day, and one of these older gentlemen, he was like, "Oh, what are you, a pastor or a pimp?" And I'm like, "What's the difference, man? I mean, really, like, what the fuck is the difference?"
People were really
like, "What's the fucking difference?"
I anticipate people taking offense to the comments about Pastor XYZ because of its affiliation to the church and subsequently God. But there is a difference between religion.
Consequently, man. There's a difference between man and God. So again, I don't, not to spit anything about religion because I'm not the most religious person, if at all, but man is the problem with a lot of with the religion. So like there's a difference. You could talk about the man in church, but not referencing God.
I don't gotta say nothing else.
100%.
Now, he put a bow on that.
Wrap that motherfucker up.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wrap up something.
That boy a wild one right there.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Yo, don't cut that out. Don't cut that out. That's the politically incorrect, raw, unfiltered shit.
We are keeping that shit, nigga.
This nigga
matter of fact, I'm posting that clip tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, I got a nice clip. Oh, I got a nice clip for the audience for I mean, this is not gonna matter to them because it's gonna be posted by the time they even see this fucking video. But
human beings in the mouth. To a king, what's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer?
What's a god to
okay, you're a goon. What's a goon to a goblin?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Lil Wayne.
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
Make it
out. Man. So any lasting thoughts?
All right.
Opinions? Nope, cool, because I don't want to hear them shits. Around.
One red, 2 tattoos, one read no apology. The other one read love is cursed by monogamy.
Yes,
love is cursed by monogamy.
Something
that verse is hard, bro. That verse is hard. 2 tattoos, one red, no apology. The other one
read love is cursed by monogamy.
I think I might get those tattoos now.
Wait, who was that again? Who was that?
That's Yay.
That's was actually spitting.
On No Church in the Wild.
They were talking about preachers and shit.
Oh, listen, man. Listen. Again, man.
And now look at Yay.
Your connection with the powers that be and whatever you believe them to be is your connection.
Yeah.
Religion can show you how to get connected if you are lost and astray, and or you just don't have familiar. Religion can serve a bunch of purposes, um, but again, what Dame said, it's ultimately about your connection with that thing that you believe in, whatever it is that you believe in.
Mhm.
You know, if you strip that, if that church burns down, if that congregation is no more, if for some reason the government doesn't fund that building no more, and you guys can't pick up and go, practice somewhere else, and there's 4,000, there's 500 people that come to this church. Yeah, you can get with 3 of them and go do Bible study at, Chrissy's house or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, that what you believe in really depends on you and your connection.
There's no church in the wild.
No church in a while. 100%.
Which album was that again?
Come on, man.
Watch the
Come
Throne.
on, Moogie.
Trying to remember.
Watch the
Throne, baby.
Throne.
I don't know albums. I don't know any albums. I know songs and lyrics.
Yeah, it's on Throne.
Right.
First song.
Anyways, all right, man. Let's hit these outros, man.
Yo, it's your boy Gene June.
Fall asleep.
Follow me at Gene.June 2 E's, aka Mr. Both Sides of the Fence, aka I don't generalize shit. You heard me? I don't care how you feel about it either. And I went first this week. I don't care, Dan. This finger is under your face right now.
Me?
Yo, but it's
No, it's
crazy
under
because that's how it actually is on my screen too.
Not mine. You're pointing at me, motherfucker. I'm getting offended.
No, it's under Dan.
I'm getting offended. And you're talking about Dan.
Control Room Mugga.
So it's your boy Keenan Nelson, aka K Mugga. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, KMugga19, KMUGGA19. You heard.
Man always gotta say his whole government name, like it don't say at the bottom.
We got Damon vibes, no cartel. We had a little bit of spice today. Don't follow me, follow your dreams. There we go.
Oh man. And then Luke Skywalker, Petty King Danny, Dan the Man, however you want to call me. Follow your boy. Follow these losers that are on here with me. Follow Politically Correct Podcast. And I don't like him. And we out.